Hello, my fellow Americans. As you know, this is, well, you probably don't know, but this is my fourth video that we put on YouTube and some other programs during recent days. What we're trying to do here is to rebuild the two major party system in the United States, which has been a bulwark for our checks and balance system. Our founding fathers did not believe we would need political parties in the United States. They formulated such a near perfect constitution. Nothing like that had ever been done in the history of the world. And they put together this wonderful constitution that protected the rights of all men. And they didn't think they would need political parties. But of course, men are not perfect. God has made that clear to us, and we have our frailties, and as a result, we soon found out after our country was formed that we would have political parties. And we did have two major political parties that have started, and those parties have continued under different names through the present time. And we've had the current system of the National Democrat Party and the National Republican Party for almost 150 years now, since before the Civil War. Those two parties have declined during recent decades. It started when President Wilson became president. He was one of the first global oligarchs, I guess, that obtained a high political office in the United States. And since then, we've been in decline. The political parties have been in decline, and particularly since the Second World War, the two political parties have been in decline. But now we're trying to rebuild them. They need to be rebuilt. It's critical to the history of the United States and the future of the United States that we get these two parties rebuilt. President Trump has done a marvelous job in rebuilding the Republican Party. But of course, we now need to also rebuild the Democratic Party. As of now, right now, we do not have a single Democrat in the House of Representatives. We only have dinos, Democrats in name only. We only have one Democrat in the U.S. Senate. That's Senator Manchin. The rest are dinos, Democrats in name only. So we need to get these seats filled back as soon as we can with good pro-American Democrats. And I was very encouraged, very happy to hear that Robert Kennedy Jr. has decided to run for president. He is truly a pro-American, comes from a pro-American family, and we could certainly use him as head of the Democrat Party. I'd like to see him and Senator Manchin team up and work together to get this job done. That is my main shout out for this video, to let Robert Kennedy know that we are so happy that he's come out for President of the United States at a time when we really need him so badly. I would also like to, for Robert Kennedy Jr. and President Trump to confer with one another privately so that they could plan the future for the United States, just as Richard Nixon and John Kennedy talked together when they were in office and out of office, and then after John Kennedy was murdered, then President Nixon and President Johnson also talked together and conferred and gave each other moral support. I'd like to see Robert Kennedy Jr. and President Trump do that, help bring themselves together, give each other courage and encouragement and support in their mutual efforts to help rebuild and restore the United States. Now, I'm going to cover, as we go on in the future, myriad issues that face the United States, all of the issues that facing the United States, and make it very short. I don't want to waste your time, but I want to focus on these issues. And in that regard, I would like for each of you to please share this video to your friends and colleagues. subscribe to it. Ask your friends and neighbors to subscribe to it, and let's try to get this information out as far and wide as we can to Americans, not only in the United States, but all around the world. This would be very helpful, because we only have a short time to save our country. The authoritarians who are trying to destroy our country, they're moving fast and with determination to destroy our country. I'll get into some of those issues later on, just like the World Health Organization has 192 countries signed up. They want to make treaties with all these countries. The World Health Organization wants to basically be a nation unto itself and control the world. And if they get what they want, we would be under their domination. It's amazing that this World Health Organization, an agency of the United Nations, would have such control. And there's all kinds of things like this happening around the United States and around the world that we need to bring attention to. But there is hope. We've got President Trump running for president. We need him so badly. We've got a good man now running for president of the Democrat Party, Robert Kennedy Jr. That's a wonderful sign. So we've got a lot of good things going for us now. So with that, I'll say goodbye and hope that you will share and subscribe to this video.